Hello, fellow Americans. Today we have a great interview with Al Capone. But before we get started, we're going to have a quick word with our sponsor, Ford. So after that great word from our sponsor, Ford, Al Capone, what was your upbringing like?
My parents were both immigrants from Italy. My dad was a barber. My mom was a seamstress. I grew up in Brooklyn. I'd say I dropped out of school around sixth grade, I'd say. Um, Joined a bunch of gangs, decided to try to go the illegal route for making money because stuff was rough in Brooklyn around that time.
I mean, were your parents well off money-wise, or did you just have a fascination for it?
I wouldn't say they were well off. They worked hard. Every single one of them worked hard, but I think it was more just a drive to have what I want, have the power of my name.
How did you get your start in the lucrative business?
Was a part of a lot of them, a lot of gangs. But I think at age of 16, I joined the 5 Points gang, which we obviously did a lot of stealing, graffiti, just being kids, messing around.
Yeah, you must have seen a lot. So, did you have any mentors or people that gave you great guidance? Or
I had a mentor. It was Johnny Torrio. He recently was shot down in his house from a rival gang, but once you join that gang life, you can't really get out of it, and that's usually how most of us depart.
yeah, I mean, would you say that was hard on you? Do you think you took it in stride, or
I got through it. When I joined, I knew that you were gonna see people go out. I knew that you would see a lot of your friends go out too, but just moved on after it. Knew what I needed to do.
so out of all the lucrative businesses you were in charge of? I mean, which one would you say made you the wealthiest or gave you the most money?
Well, we did everything from prostitution to racketeering, but I think the biggest change came in I want to say it was 1920s when Prohibition came around. We started doing all that illegal stuff, from just moving them and then selling it. But that probably brought most of the wealth and power in my name.
It takes a special kind of person to look at what most people thought was a disaster and turn it into an opportunity.
Well, I saw the demand. I knew that Americans are not going to sit there and not have alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just not. That's not how they work. But saw the opportunity, took it, and made lots of money during that time.
So, out of all the illegal businesses and everything that's going on in your life, I mean, it's been a wonder how you stayed out of jail for as long as you did.
Well, once I saw the money, I knew that money talks. So I paid off about every cop. I mean, you could sit there, you could point at a cop on the street, and most likely he was under my pay.
Yeah, can't believe it. I don't think that would slide in today.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, how much were you racking in annually?
I'd say about 100 million is what we were racking
It's a
in.
lot of money. It's a lot of money. But, I mean, I've heard rumors that your brother was a prohibition agent.
Yep. He moved out west. He was always more, on the good side of things when it came to the law. Me, I just saw more money in the bad business than in the legal business.
I mean, how do you think your parents compare y'all?
Well, they would always say like he was on the right side of the law. He did the right thing, but I was always on the wrong side of the law. But I always made more and was more wealthy. But I guess in the end, it is what it is. What they think.
So, you said you had all the cops paid off and everything, but, I mean, how did you get in prison then?
Well, I got greedy and decided to do tax fraud, and that got me in there. But that was the end of that for me.
Well, I mean, with all your money, I can't see your prison being a normal prison cell. I mean, what did that look like?
Well, I had my own hired staff. I was still able to run my business. My room was pretty nice. It was like a small little New York apartment almost, but also free food too. Like I had food coming in that was special, steak, mashed potatoes, anything you could think of really. But that was that.
I mean, other than your hired staff, I mean, how did you occupy your time from going from head to mob to
Actually, played the banjo is what I played in prison. It was the band at the prison there. We played banjo. When I was younger, I played the semi-pro league. for baseball, but so we did a lot of things. I was always out there doing physical activities too when I got outside town, but it was great. It was not that bad.
All that money, I mean, what were you doing in your free time?
Other than work, we would always get a bunch of people together. We'd party, have fancy dinners, just have some mistresses too. I'm not proud to say that, but we would always be out there doing our own thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a few rumors that you've contracted syphilis.
Not proud to say it, but those are most likely very true. I'm not gonna say yes or deny it, but very true.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Thanks for being with us today, Al Capone.
Glad to be here.
And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.